images. Those are weapons they say they recovered from terrorists. The IDF targeting a terror network that they believe was also behind last week's attempted bombing in Tel Aviv. In that situation, the suicide bomber ended up killing himself when the bomb prematurely exploded. To discuss where we are right now in the Middle East and also where is Joe Biden, pleased to have in the former United States ambassador to the United Nations, Ambassador John Bolton. Sir, good to have you.
Glad to be with you.
So we see these moves by the IDF, preemptive Hezbollah the other day. Now they're looking at this terror network, Hamas in northern West Bank. Suicide bombers against Israeli civilians is what they're really concerned. The fact that they're being aggressive, obviously it's a big signal to Iran. If you do come after us, we're ready, we're prepared, and we'll hit back hard. It seems to be an effective measure, seeing that Iran has somewhat been quiet in the past week or so.
Well, I think Iran is intimidated by the Netanyahu government in Israel. I think they're very worried if they try to take a substantial reprisal against Israel for the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran a couple of weeks ago, that this time Netanyahu will not be punished by the Biden administration. He won't be afraid of what they're going to do, and he may really hit Iran very hard, including their nuclear weapons program. I think what we're seeing on the West Bank now is evidence that that Israeli authorities are quite worried that Iran's sponsorship of terrorism extends not just to Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis and Shia militia in Iraq, but on the West Bank, that they've set up terror networks there, maybe waiting until the appropriate moment. And Israel doesn't wait for them to be hit first. They preempted, as you just mentioned, against Hezbollah on Sunday. And I think this is a preemptive strike on the West Bank, and there could well be more.
As we watch that, we also watched this rescue of the hostage, a 52-year-old man, father of 11. He's a Bedouin Muslim. Many people are saying this is, a signal that, the IDF put their soldiers in harm's way for a Muslim to take this hostage from an underground tunnel. And here he is reunited with his family. We don't know how many hostages still remain alive. We know there's talk of a ceasefire deal, Ambassador, but we also know that Hamas really hasn't been at the table. So diplomatically, where are we meant to read all of this with, again, an election now 70 days away?
Well, I think if the administration kept in mind the real strategic framework, they might have a better sense of what to do. All of this that we see across the region is related to Iran's intention to do harm to Israel, what the Iranians themselves call their ring of fire strategy. It may not be a very good strategy. It may not be coherent, but these things are not happening coincidentally. And that's what Israel's worried about. They're not so worried about one front over another front. They're worried about the whole picture. I think what the Biden White House wants is they want the Middle East off the front pages, off the TV screens. They want the war in Ukraine off the front pages, off the TV screens, because otherwise voters would be quite reasonably concerned about the state of chaos in the world that we see under Biden's leadership.
And so far, they've been successful in that. So far, they've been successful really shielding Kamala, too, from any sit-down interviews. We finally have this one with CNN. That will be interesting. Will you be looking for any pointed questions? I mean, there is a lot happening, and she would be the one at the top of there. And she's not even alone. She's sitting down with walls.
Right. Well, I don't know that she has much, if any, national security experience. I mean, she's sat in the sitting room in National Security Council meetings for the past 3.5 years. Hopefully she's picked up something, but we haven't heard really what her opinions are, except on the Middle East, where I think the only reasonable conclusion you can draw is she would be much less supportive of Israel, even than the current administration.